Join me as I challenge myself to uncover what real confidence looks like and unleash my true self in the process. Real confidence isn't about pretending to be someone you're not or putting on a facade to impress others. It's about embracing your true self, imperfections and all, and owning it with pride. When we try to fake it, we feel discomfort, anxiety, and uncertainty. But when we tap into our authentic confidence, we feel empowered and free. Before we dive in, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. Your support helps me continue to provide valuable content on self-growth and confidence. Now, let's embark on this journey together. We all struggle with self-doubt, fears, and societal pressures that dictate who we should be and how we should behave. We question our abilities, our worth, and our place in this world. Caught in the comparison game, we find ourselves stuck in a cycle of negative self-talk and crippling insecurity. It's exhausting, and it strips away our authentic self. I remember a time in my life when I was trapped in this very cycle. I would constantly compare myself to others, friends, colleagues, even strangers on social media. I felt like I was never enough, always trying to fit into someone else's mold. But the more I tried, the more I lost myself. My confidence was superficial, built on shaky ground. We often hide behind a mask of confidence, afraid to show our true selves, to be vulnerable, or to face rejection. But what if I told you that rejection is not the worst thing that can happen to us? The worst thing is to reject ourselves, to deny ourselves the opportunity to be who we truly are. This fear-based living only leads to more insecurity and less connection with our authentic self. Imagine you're at a social event, trying to fit in by acting a certain way. You put on a confident front, but deep down you feel a disconnect. I've been there too, playing a role to avoid judgment. But real confidence comes when you drop that act and dare to show up as your true self, flaws and all. So how do we break free from this cycle of self-doubt and societal pressures? One powerful strategy is to focus on our strengths rather than our weaknesses. Too often we obsess over what we're not good at. But what if we flip that script and concentrated on what we excel at? I once worked with a mentor who taught me this. Instead of critiquing every mistake, we started each session by listing 3 things I did well that week. It was transformative. I began to see myself in a new light, recognizing my unique skills and talents. When we focus on what we do well, we start building real confidence from a place of authenticity. Another strategy is to practice self-compassion. Instead of beating ourselves up over mistakes, we must learn to be kind, forgive ourselves, and celebrate our progress. We need to stop comparing ourselves to others and start comparing ourselves to who we were yesterday, last week, or last month. I used to be my harshest critic. Every mistake was a sign of failure. But then I discovered self-compassion. It's about treating yourself with the same kindness you'd offer a friend. When you stumble, you don't criticize yourself. You encourage yourself to get back up. This shift changed everything for me, my confidence, my creativity, and my overall happiness. We also need to redefine what confidence means to us. Is it about being perfect, or is it about being brave? Is it about being flawless, or is it about being authentic? We must shift our mindset from trying to fit into someone else's definition of confidence to creating our own, a definition that celebrates our uniqueness and individuality. For some, confidence might mean speaking up in a meeting. For others, it could be expressing a creative idea without fear of judgment. What does confidence mean to you? For me, it's about showing up as myself, regardless of who is in the room. It's about trusting that I am enough, just as I am. One of the most impactful insights I've learned is the power of self-acceptance. When we accept ourselves, flaws and all, we no longer need to prove ourselves to others. We no longer seek validation from external sources. We become comfortable in our own skin, and that's when real confidence starts to emerge. Self-acceptance is not about being arrogant or entitled. It's about being humble and realistic. It's about acknowledging our strengths and our weaknesses and embracing them both. It's about recognizing that we're not perfect, but we're perfectly imperfect. When we combine self-acceptance with vulnerability, that's when the magic happens. We start to see that our imperfections make us unique, relatable, and human. We begin to understand that our vulnerabilities make us strong, resilient, and beautiful. Think about the people you admire the most. Chances are they are not perfect, they are real. They share their struggles and insecurities, and that's what makes them compelling. By embracing vulnerability, we allow others to connect with us on a deeper level, and in turn, we build genuine confidence. Let me share a personal story. I once attended a public speaking event where I was terrified of embarrassing myself. I decided to drop the act and speak from my heart, sharing my fears and all. To my surprise, the audience resonated more with my vulnerability than any polished speech I could have given. That experience taught me that real confidence isn't about being perfect, it's about being real. Another example is my friend Sarah, who spent years trying to mold herself into what she thought others expected of her. When she started focusing on her strengths, practicing self-compassion, and embracing her true self, her life transformed. She became more fulfilled, more connected, and more confident. So let's recap the essential steps we've discussed today. 1. Focus on your strengths. Celebrate what you're good at and use that as a foundation for your confidence. 2. Practice self-compassion. Be kind to yourself, forgive your mistakes, and celebrate your growth. 3. Redefine confidence. Create your own definition of confidence that aligns with your values. 4. Cultivate self-acceptance. Embrace who you are, flaws and all. 5. Embrace vulnerability. Allow yourself to be seen and connect with others authentically. These are the keys to unlocking our true confidence, unleashing our authentic selves, and living a life that's true to who we are. Building real confidence isn't an overnight process. It's a journey of self-discovery and growth. But by focusing on these core principles, strengths, self-compassion, redefining confidence, self-acceptance, and vulnerability, you can begin to unlock your true self. I'd love to hear from you in the comments below. What has been your experience with confidence, and what strategies have worked for you? Also, if you want to learn more about building genuine confidence, be sure to check out my other video on overcoming self-doubt. Thanks for watching, and remember to stay true to yourself.